Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya.
Ekante sukhamasyatam paratare chetasamadhiyatam purnatma sudhamikshyatam jagadidam tadvaditam drishyataam prakarma pravilapyatam chidibalam apyuttarai श्लिष्यताम् प्रारब्धम् त्विहभुज्यताम् अत परब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम् प्रारब्धम् त्विहभुज्यताम् अत परब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम्. This is from Upadesha Panchakam of Shankaracharya, last shlokam. Live happily in solitude. Focus the mind on the infinite self. And notice that this eliminates the existence called the world. That means it removes it like a mirage. Through the power of consciousness, dissolve your past karma, and because you are staying put in the Atman or the self, no future karma is added, and experience and exhaust the present karma. In this way, remain established in pure awareness of the self.
Thank you. Our mind's attention to pure consciousness is the key to freedom. And how the mind can attend to pure consciousness. We know that the mind is projecting outward. It loves objects. How can it be objectless and focuses on something which is formless, nameless? It can only do when you have vairagya, dispassion for things there are innumerable number of things happening around us, directly involving us or indirectly involving us at the level of our thoughts. This journey within can only start when we give up all non-essential work of the mind. What others are doing, what others think of us, how the word is going. So many things we are interested in. Ekagrachit, one pointed mind, is needed to look within and to know this pure consciousness. One pointed mind can be achieved only by a true seeker, not by a seasonal seeker who is just trying it out for a few days. Dispassion in the external world and interest in knowing the self both arises at the same time. Less you are interested, more your inward journey becomes stronger and intense. So, this mind which takes you outward creates all sorts of anxiety and stress, starts becoming thinned out in that pure seeing of consciousness. This rarefied mind becomes extinct when this self unfolds. That is also real knowledge. Then this word has no effect, as if it is a dream. Even dream has an effect when we are dreaming. But then the word becomes like a lucid dream, which has no effect. And you know the reality of your own real self. When you realize the self, first time you're out of bondage of all karmas, all actions. Nothing needs to be done now. It's not that the body will not do anything, but you know that you are not the doer. You have no desire. And still things happens. That power which has given rise to this body, make sure this body does things as required, as destined. Then who was the one who was thinking, I am driving the show and I am doing and I am suffering? That never existed. That was illusory ego, which we believed in, which was causing this separation, as if we are separate from the Word. It was creating this illusion of personal identity, individuality, cause of all suffering, creating duality. me and you. In reality, there is nothing but only you as pure self. Everything what you see comes from that pure self. Nothing separate from this pure self. Some people want to continue in this doership, and some people think by knowing the self, they can accomplish their long list to do things in a better way. So they think, let's know the self, use that power to accomplish our mundane things in a better way, like getting married to a right person, expanding their business. People don't want to give up doership. They just want to be a better doer by knowing the self. I come across so many people. They are after self, like a self help book, because they have listened to so many teachers, motivational speakers, who say you can achieve anything. You should have belief in your own self, and you can do anything. You have power of mind, and success is at your feet, and you can be the most successful person in the world. These same people enter into the sphere of satsang with the same notion that they will get something out of this satsang so they can achieve more, they can attain more money, name, fame. I have to say, this satsang is of no use to those people. Rather, it will take away everything what you think you want to achieve. It will make you a pauper. That person who wants to achieve everything will also disappear. Nothing will be left. If you want to be an achiever, then this is a wrong place. Here you will only know the reality. There is no person, no personal goals, nothing to achieve. It's only coming back home, realizing your real nature, Sat Chitanand, existence, consciousness, bliss. Here you will be contented without any achievement, will be in bliss without any reason. And will be fearless because you will know you are eternal, never born, so never going to die. Free from all bondages, free from this world, free from all notions and concepts. Abiding in that absolute state. Knower of infinite awareness, but no knowledge of self as a body. A mind full of desires can never be a good instrument on path of self-realization. Full of desires is bahimukhi, externally directed. You need a mind which is internally directed. You need a dispassion mind who is now retiring permanently into eternal self. Mind which is ready to give up role playing. And here I am talking about the owner of this mind, this ego. Ego lasts till our interest in this world lasts. Ego disappears in the light of pure self effulgence. What we call mind into day to day practice is this mind which is engaging externally as a doer. When it starts looking within, it merges in the absolute. It becomes its slave. Right now, it is the king guiding the ego. Ego is slave of the mind. You think you are ego. You are in bondage because you are slave of the mind. Mind can make you do anything stupid, even heinous crimes, and mind can make you feel pathetic, unhappy, anxious, whatever it can do with you when it is running the show. Sometimes it appears that we are directing the mind, but it is always mind which is upper hand. When the mind creates disturbing thoughts, you can't sleep at night. How can you say you are not affected? Go beyond mind. Enter the self. This mind will merge in that, leaving only pure bliss, which is always there. Self is unchanging. Mind always changes. Mind is like moon, which has phases. Self is like sun, always shining in its full bloom. And when you know the self, this mind disappears. And then there is a stage in between when the mind disappears. And the sun is not in full bloom at that moment. That is the night of no moon. That is the significance of Shivratri when people pray and chant. No mind will take you there. You have to be ready for this dark phase which comes when there is no mind, but there is no sun. Everyone goes through that darkness. You have to take that leap of faith. And here comes the role of surrender. You surrender to that absolute which gives all strength to transcend. This transcendence is like a new birth. This coming back home is like a new birth. Giving up all these fake births which leads to death. This new birth makes you deathless. Finishes this illusion. Only thing you need in this darkness is your faith, your commitment, your devotion and surrender. When you take this jump, you realize I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am none of the five sheets. I am not bound to this body. I am pure awareness, infinite awareness. Now you know. You are the source. To know the self is to be the self. There is no other way. And to be the self, you have to give up this dream world, which is only projection of your own ego. Ego is nothing but your desires, attachments, fear, which you have collected for all these years. This will continue till you have desires. Dive deep into the ocean of this pure self. Tie the stone of your love, devotion, which can take you deeper. I heard that even crocodile eats stones, big stones they ingest to go deeper into the ocean. This longing is that stone of devotion which can take you deeper. At surface we behave like a wave, always changing mind, changing desires. All turbulence is at the top. All this play is happening at a very superficial level. Substrata from which all this is arising is always in peace. We are that peace. Even when you don't know that you are that, it exists. And it gives source to this play, but uninvolved itself. You are that uninvolved self. Go deeper in your search. Abide in pure self, free from everything. Self is always still, even when the body will move or will speak. There is no effect to self. Silence is the language of pure self. When this body, which self uses to speak, to interact, when it has no middleman called ego, then the body speaks that silence. Now the body is in direct command of Absolute. Now the body is blessed without any ownership of anyone. Ego claims everything, not just the body but objects, not just the objects but even people. It loves possession. It tries to expand its kingdom. Self has no attachment to anything. though it is the source. You are beyond all names and forms. Infinite expanse of awareness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.